I want to talk to y'all about how to get through storms because we all go through them, and that's just life. You're gonna go through storms. So I want to go through some of the things that I do that I still have to do. Even today I had to do, which prompted me to make this video on how to get through and deal with storms, because every day life can get to us sometimes. It can stress you, depress you, whatever. So let me give you some biblical scriptures that God gave us to ensure us getting through storms. I ain't make my chalkboard, so I'm reading from my notes directly because it's too many. So just bear with me as somebody might look down here and there. So what you become in your life is how you spend your time, right? So time is currency. So whatever you spend your time doing, that's what you become. So whatever you plan with your life is what you spend your time on. So if you don't spend your life planning things that are benefit to your life, that God intended for you to do, you're going to live a very rough life. So you control your life by God's plan and how you spend your time. So if you're not connected with God, then you're not on the right path. You're not on the right plan. So you're wasting your time, and ultimately you're wasting your life. You're building your life on a rocky foundation. You will lose everything when you don't get lined up with God's plan for your life. That is so important for each and every last one of us. Like, you have to get lined up with God's plan for your life, because things in life are going to come. So when you're off his plan, it's even harder for you. When you're on God's plan, that means you built your foundation on solid rock. In Jeremiah 29:11-14, for I know the plans that I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you future and hope. In those days when you pray, I will listen. If you look for me wholeheartedly, you will find me. I will be found by you, says the Lord. I will end your captivity and restore your fortunes. I will gather you out of the nations where I sent you and will bring you home again to your own land. This is what God telling us. Follow my plans, and I guarantee you I'm going to give you success. It's a guarantee if you follow my plans. You have to line yourself up with God. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to hold these notes because it's a little bit too far down for me to see. Most of us are in bondage because of debt. You think about it. When out here and got all this stuff, and you can't pay for these people's stuff, and your money done slowed down, your money done got funny, and so now you're stressed and you're worried because, the people come to threaten you to take the roof from over your head. But let me tell y'all something. So here in Louisiana, whoever you listening to this at, in Louisiana and Baton Rouge, we go through hurricane seasons. Every state, continent, part of the country has different seasons that they go through. We go through hurricane season. But no matter what your season is, guess what? The key word is that it's only a season. So what is seasons? Seasons are temporary. So your seasons are storms. You're going to have a season where you're doing good. You're going to have a season where you're doing bad. You're going to have a season where you up. You're going to have seasons where you're down. But God says that they are only seasons, so they will not last. So be thankful for the seasons. We all going to go through storms. But let me give you the definition of what a storm is. A storm is a temperature convergence of natural currents and the elements reacting to and affecting the environment, impacting the natural form of life. Now just take a second. Natural. So when you're going through stuff, it then erupted everything that's going on in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like you going through all kind of stuff. Now you was used to being here and doing this, but now the storm coming, everything ain't the same. It could be a loss of a loved one, family member, health, you name it. Anything can happen to distract your natural form of life, the life that you have formed. So, a test of condition by the unexpected. That's a storm. You're getting tested. Bottom line. So what do you do when life hits you on the blind side? Your money get funny. Things ain't going where it used to be. Your relationship failing, your health failing, you're losing your house. You got to go from living in a mansion to living with your parents to living with your friends or whatever the case may be. What do you do when this happens? So, what I like about God, it says that there will be seed and harvest time in your life. It's going to always be sunshine and light. No matter how you look at it, it's going to always be sunshine and light. So no matter what's going on, something different is coming. Let me turn this light up a little bit. Something different is coming. So when you're going through summer, just be prepared, because guess what? Winter coming. So that means that you have to prepare for life, because life is going to change. Life is only a season. There will be dark nights and cold days, but guess what? In the morning, the sun coming out. So you ain't got to worry, because it won't stay nighttime it won't stay nighttime forever. It won't stay cold forever. The heat is coming back. But just remember that when the heat there, that the summer coming back. In Ezekiel 34, let me give you something. I will bless the people and the places surrounding my hill. I will send you down showers and seasons, and there will be showers of blessings. So what God telling you? Surround yourself around me in the places that I put you, and I'm going to send you blessings. I'm going to send you showers of blessings if you're following the places that I put you. But see, most of us think that when you're doing good, it's forever. God going to bless you forever. But God said right here that it's going to be seasons of blessings. You're not going to always be up. Same as you're not going to always be down. Blessings come in seasons. Everything is a season. You up or down, it's a season. Don't get used to it. So if you're doing bad right now, today, as you're listening to this video, you might be doing bad, going through some stuff, and you don't know how you're going to fix it. You don't know what you're going to do. But guess what? It's only a season, so it will not last forever. So be thankful that God created seasons. That's the most beautiful thing. That's the most beautiful blessing God gave us. That everything is seasonal. No matter what you're going through, it's only a season. There will be showers of blessings in seasons. So if it's bad right now, just know, guess what? It won't be bad forever. He coming back. He coming back even stronger and harder before. Seasons are controlled by God too. So that's another thing. And I had to learn this. You know, I've been going through some seasons to where I've done I can't even say the word, exceptional for years. And I came through a season to where it seemed like everything I touched crumbled. You know, but I know that it's a season and I'm thankful for it. Because guess what? It won't last forever. That's the greatest blessing that God gave us. Everything is seasonal. Write that down. Let me give you something else. Ecclesiastes 3. Everything there is a season, and to every purpose it is unto heaven. So everything that you're going through is a season for God. To teach you, to train you, to bring you through things. The key to life is figuring out how to outlast the seasons. So stuff gonna happen, stuff gonna go wrong, but the key to life is to figure out how to last through every last one of these seasons that you're going through, that you're facing, that you're dealing with. That's what it's all about. Figure it out. So let me give you some more. All right? Seasons make you plan for the future. Right? So you know we coming out of the summer now. So guess what? It's time to buy winter clothes. So before we get too cold, let me go get my jacket. Let me go get my sweaters. Let me go get my hats and my mittens or whatever it is for you and your kids or whoever you got to get it for. Because guess what? The season's coming. So when you know the season's coming, you plan for them. How you plan for them? Staying connected to God. But guess what? Let me give you the nature of storms, right? Storms are natural. So everything in your life is going to happen. So number one, remember that storms are natural. Also, number two, storms are temporary. So it will not last forever. You ain't got to worry about that. It won't last forever. Number three, storms are always moving. So when Hurricane Katrina came and Hurricane Rita and Gustav and all these storms that we done been through out here, they was moving. 5 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour, but they was moving. So they passed and we got through them. Number four, storms force change. Storms will force you to change. It might be habits and things that you've been doing and dealing with forever. So when that storm comes, it'll force you to change things to put you back in alignment to where you're supposed to be. Storms reset nature to the original state. So keep living. Something's going to happen, and it's going to push you right back where you need to be. Only if you allow it through listening to God. So example of that is your body mass index say you're supposed to be 120 pounds, but you're really 220 pounds, and you get sick, you get diabetes, you get heart attack and all this stuff. So that you go to the doctor, and the doctor like, well, you gotta lose weight. And so guess what you do? You hurry up and try to lose weight, because guess what? This storm that you're in right now is forcing you like, hold up, I can lose my life. Let me put these cigarettes down. Let me put this cheeseburger down, whatever it may be. It would change your life if you allow it. Number 6, storms expose weaknesses, right? So you might, I'm sure we all have seen this big old tree somewhere, right? And that tree looked good and strong, but when the storm comes, that's the first tree down in the middle of the street. So it looked good on the outside, but it was all rotted out on the inside. It wasn't worth nothing. So when you're going through stuff, if you ain't strong, you will get exposed. So people are the same way as trees. You know, they look strong. We look at people and like, oh yeah, they doing good. They doing their thing. But then when disaster strikes, you be like, man, you fell apart like a $2 bill. What's up with that? Number 7, storms confirm how strong you are. So when you're strong and you're going through a storm, you're going to get through it because you're strong. Because you done built yourself on solid foundation through the grace of God and building your life around the will of God. Number 8, storms reduce you back to God. God allows us to go through these things just so he can get us back to him. You feel me? So when you fall on your back so you can keep looking up and say, God, forgive me. Help me up. You know, God allowed you to go through things just to bring you back to him. Look at all the successful people who didn't fail. You know, you be all high and mighty and you think that you all that, this, that, and the third, and then life happens. Boy, humble you real quick. You're like, thank you. You see people, oh, hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you been? And people, you ain't never spoke to these people before. These people ain't never spoke to you. But life been hit them. Now they got a more of a humble attitude. God will bring you back to him always. Remember that. Number 9, storms restore true value. Right? Half of the things you got, you don't need. You know, we live in this world, you know, we got all this stuff that we think we need, that we think we can't have, but you only need one TV because you only watch one TV. You go through stuff and you realize, like, man, you lose everything. And then you begin to appreciate the small essential things. The things that you got that you didn't even want, that you didn't even need. Tells you the value of things again. You know, you going through stuff, you lose your health, you lose whatever, then make you appreciate your family, your children, your friends, whatever it is, it make you appreciate it. So storms restore value in your life. Number 10, it reminds you of your mortality that we all gotta check out. So you can build up all this stuff on earth, but guess what? You can't take nothing but the box that they're going to put you in. So what's the point? What's the point in storing your treasures here on earth where moths destroy and rust and rot? You know what it says in the Bible? Why? See, debt will humble anybody. I don't care how good you think you is. You get in some debt, you get stressed out, it'll humble you. So storms remind you of your mortality. A storm will remind you that out of everything you gain, all you can leave here with is a box. All the clothes that you're so proud of, the Gucci, the Louis, and all that other stuff. Somebody else gonna wear it when you gone. Guess what? They can't wait for you to die. So they can get them shoes. They can get that purse. They can get that car, that whatever it is. See, all we need in life is people, God, family, and worship. To worship God. That's what your life is all about. All this other stuff is just temporary, it's just seasonal. So enjoy it while you got it. Number 11, storms deflate pride. So what that mean? Stay humble. Because guess what? If you're doing good, you think you all let something happen to you and knock you all the way down to your knees. Stay humble. Number 11, storms point you back to who? To God. Come on back. Bring that butt back over here, boy. I can't say what I want to say, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Storms gonna always bring you back to God. So learn how to handle your storms in life. That's how you get through life. Learning how to handle your storms. That's the key to life, because storms coming. No matter who you are, no matter what you do, storms are coming. So let me give you 10 purposes for a storm, right? Write this stuff down, because I'm giving you some good notes. And I spent a couple hours writing on this stuff today. So y'all better take some good notes. And I did a lot of research. Storms restore natural balance in your life. Take you back to where you're supposed to be. Number 2, storms clean the environment. You know, it sweep up stuff around you that needs to be clean. Number 3, storms clear pollution. All the friends who you around, who you laugh and giggle with, and you might look out for, that you look out for, but when you broke, guess what? They gone. Storms clear that away in your life. When you go through stuff, then you get to see who is really there for you. I had to go through that in the storm. I lost a lot of friends, but I also made a lot of more good, solid people in my life, thank God. Number 4, storms expose decay. Number 5, storms test your strength. Number 6, storms maintain your humility. You have to stay humble. You have to stay down to earth and all these type of things. Number 7, storms reduce life to the essentials, just the things that you need. You realize that you ain't got to drive a Rolls Royce to be happy. All you need is a bike to get where you need to be, or whatever, however you want to look at it. Storms test your foundation. If your foundation ain't solid, your storm is going to knock you over. Number 9, your building code. What you built out of. You build a house and it's out of code, it ain't going to fly. You got to build yourself through God's law. Number 10, storms give you a key, right? If you haven't built your life by God's code, you will be exposed, because it's not going to stand up. So don't curse the storms, because storms are important. Storms help you to become the person that you need to be. Storms help you with your perseverance. So let me give you something. Matthew 16 and 19. This is what God said here. I will give you the key to the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound. Whatever you loose on earth will be loosened in heaven. And I will give you the secrets of the kingdom of God. Only you will have the secrets to control the things on earth. So if you listen to God, God gonna give you the things to live a successful life, to live good here on earth while you're here. God say that. Okay, let me give you another. Matthew 7. Everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who builds his house on a rock. Listen to God's word. Build your house on a rock. Because guess what? The rains come, the streams rise, the wind blows against the house. But the house ain't going to fall because it's built on solid rock. But in the same verse down, Jesus says, everyone who hears these words of mine but does not put into practice is like a foolish man who builds his house on the sand. The rains come, the storms come, the wind blows, and guess what? The house fall right on down. Stay connected to God. Okay, number 2, let me get another one. Storms should be expected. It's coming. If you good right now, just know something coming. Just be prepared. Prepare yourself. Number 3, storms come to everyone. So you ain't unique. I ain't unique. Whatever I go through, I lost all this stuff I had. Went from a millionaire to bankruptcy. But guess what? I'm still standing because I built my life on a solid foundation. Number 4, storms impact everyone. It ain't just you. Everybody, your neighbors, whoever. They going through it too. And it might be worse than yours. So don't look around thinking that you're lucky, or don't look around looking down on nobody, because you don't know what they're going through. Everybody go through storms. Number 5, storms are not the issue in life, right? You're going to go through storms, so that ain't the issue. Stuff's going to happen. How you are built and what you built on is what matters. So if a storm hits everyone, what's the difference of you? You just got to learn to be more prepared. Focus on if you're built in the right way. Don't worry about the storm. Just focus on building yourself on solid foundation. See, if you're not built on the right stuff, because a great crash is going to come and you're going to fall apart. Focus on building yourself on the right stuff. And let me tell you something else. You will never remember about what you avoided, only by what you survived. So don't be scared of a storm, because guess what? You surviving and you getting through it. Let me tell you about Bill Gates, right? Bill Gates said he didn't want to hire all his managers, because when they asked him what was his success with Microsoft, he said, my managers. And they said, how you hire them? He said, ask them one question. Have you failed at anything? Has your life ever got out of whack and crazy? And depending on what they say, it tells you if they hire them. He's not going to hire nobody that say that they ain't never been through nothing, because guess what? They don't know how to survive nothing. They don't know nothing. So you can't come and run this multi-billion-dollar company with me if you don't know nothing. You ain't been through nothing. You ain't ready. Look at the people we remember. Nelson Mandela. Why you remember? Because he was in jail. Martin Luther King. Why you remember? Because he was in jail. He was sprayed with hose pipes. He was all kind of stuff. That's why you remember Martin Luther King. So I want to encourage you to invite some storms in your life so that you can show them how bad you are, and so we could build your perseverance for the bigger things that God has for you in life. Invite some storms in your life. Invite them. Never trust a person that hasn't survived nothing, because they don't know nothing. Everybody can brag, but only a few can testify. So if you ain't been through nothing, you don't know nothing. You can't stand up and say, yeah, I went through this, I went through that, if you ain't been through it. See, an eagle is the strongest bird. An eagle is the king of the bird kingdom, right? I'm going to tell you why. Because an eagle, first off, is only the bird that God identified with. Eagle's the king of the birds. An eagle understands storms. An eagle is the only bird that goes to a storm. So they in the desert, right? They go into sandstorms. They go into cyclones. You know why? Because they welcome them. They welcome these storms because these storms increase their height. It increased it increases their height. So, you know, it propels them up in the air even further. And they rest on top of the storm. They let their pinions rest on the storm and they glide. So let me explain this to you. An eagle expands his wings, right? So then he gets into the storm and he lets the storm push it up, right? And so then it sets its pinions and rests on top of the storm. So the eagle up there resting and chilling. But guess what? Guess what the storm doing? The storm is cleaning the pigeon's feathers, because all the dust and the debris from the desert get up in there. So then they go into a storm and it cleans them and they rest. So then guess what? It tests its pinions to make sure that it's strong. It's almost like a workout in a sense for an eagle, right? And so when they finish, it just, you know, it lets the storm pass on by. It got what it needed. So tell your storm that I'm going to use you to lock my faith on God. Rest in whatever storm you're going through, because guess what? God is with you throughout the storm. And when you finish with the storm, tell it goodbye, because guess what? I got what I needed. I got my courage. I got my strength. I got my perseverance. I'm stronger than what I once was. So this is why you have to learn to love storms, because guess what? They build you up. They help you. So whatever you're going through, just be thankful for it, you know? And God said that nothing is permanent, so it's only seasonal. So don't get all bent out of shape, because it's only seasonal. Everything is seasonal. Plenty, if you got plenty right now, it ain't forever. If you broke right now, it ain't forever. If you down right now, it's not forever. So just be thankful that everything in life is seasonal, so it won't last forever. See, so you have to find things that won't change. Okay, what won't change? Number one, God. Number two, his promises won't change. Rest on God and live a successful life. James 1:6, right? Don't be deceived, dear brothers. Every good and perfect gift comes from the above, the Father of the heavenly lights, who doesn't change like the shifting sands. God don't change. James 1:21-2. Consider it pure joy when you face the storm. When you face storms, so many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops your perseverance, right? But perseverance must finish its work in your life so that you may be, I'm sorry. Let me start over. Perseverance must finish its work in your life so that you may be natural and complete with no lacking. So after you go through stuff and you let it build your perseverance, you strong. You ain't lacking nothing. So the only way to live life with no lack is to be tested by storms. Be thankful that you're going through it. Have joy when they come because it will leave and you will be a better person, a stronger person with perseverance. Be thankful for these storms that you're going through. I'm sorry. My throat a little parched, I'm sorry. You don't know nothing until you've been through something. You can't tell me nothing until you've been through a few things in your life. So let me give you 10 keys to rise above the storm, right? For one, believe that you are built for the storm. Number two, know that storms are natural, right? So stop being shocked that you're going through tough times because it's natural. Stuff like that's supposed to happen. Understand the nature of storms is 3. Don't curse the storm because guess what? You need it to grow. Number 5, use storm to test your true self. Number 6, let the storm expand the limits of your potential. So when you're going through stuff, now you know what you could deal with. Now you know what you could go through. Number 7, use the storm to rest and test your faith in God. This is why God will strip you of everything so he could test you to build your faith so that you could be stronger when stuff do go through. Look at the story of Job. Job lost everything, but God gave it all back to him. Number 8, I'm sorry. Storms clean up relationships and bad habits. You might have been trying to stop smoking or whatever you might be dealing with. When you go through a storm, it'll make you change real quick. Number 9, let the storm drive you closer to the divine nature of God. What God wants you to be. Number 10, see the storm as a messenger for God to bring you glory to himself. So God allows you to go through things to give himself glory, to test you, to build your character. One of my favorite verses is that, so if you think you are standing firm, be careful that you don't fall into temptation or storm has seized you. Expect that it is common to all men. So if you're going through stuff, don't think that you're special. You go through everybody. God is faithful. He will not let you be tested further than you can bear. So don't trip because guess what? God ain't going to give it to you if you can't handle it. God is faithful. He will not let you be tested further than you can bear. Just say that again. God will not let me go further than I can handle. If God thinks big of you, he will give you a big test. Trust me. So that means he trusts you. So whatever you go through, whatever disasters you go through, God let you go through because guess what? He knew that you can handle it. He trusts you to get past it, to build your faith. A storm is a message from God of what he thinks about you. If it comes, that means that you can handle it. And that's all I got to say. Y'all have a blessed day.